Hey, Dave Knight here for 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today is Friday, September 13th, Friday the 13th, 2019. I wanted to make a quick comment right now before the trading starts. Currently, the high is at 5555 and the low is at 5444. Pretty interesting right now. I thought I'd make a comment on that before the 8 o'clock mark right now. So right now, current high 5555, 5555, current low 5444. All right, so we adjusted. Half R today is 12. 1R is 24. 3P is 87. So I'm going to be between 12 to 24 on the entry trade to start with, or a little bit above the high. Be back in a couple minutes. We're less than 2 minutes from 8 right now. Current short with the 5555. Let's see how far it busts the 5555 here. By 2. All right, hold on. Pause. Fake out at 56. Oh shit, didn't mean to get in on 2 though. Damn it. Damn it, why does it do that? Okay. Should only been 1 trade there, not 2. All right, so the high 55.68. And that just really pisses me off when it does that. $54.81 is a 3P down move right now. And again, signal is 54.02. So that's what we're going to go for. Looking for it to run the lows. 55.68. A 1P down move is 39. Right there. 2P down from there is 55.10. Alright, so we took a hit to start with, so I need to be smart here. Should have not been in on 2, should have only been in on 1, but the frickin' platform screwed me up again. It's one of the bugs of this. You have to be really, really cautious about what it says. Even though you have 1 up here, it clicks on 2. It's one of those, and I've got a wired mouse. It's not a wireless mouse. I have a wired mouse. So, alright, so let's go ahead and get the 1P target right now. The 2P target's 55.10. I'm looking for it to run the lows. P target 54.81. Don't see any high red bar volume yet. Come down to 38. 32 plus 5 is 37, so that's okay. Minus 16. What a bunch of bullshit. Should only be minus 8. Let's go ahead and go point plus 5. Whoops. That's going to open up a new trade. You know what? It's very touchy with the system. That canceled out my 1. So if this takes out, I've got to hit the X button now, because it'll open up a new trade situation. So all the platforms have some issues. The biggest issue that I see with CTS T4 on my computer is it ignoring what the mouse input's doing sometimes, and it just does its own thing. Getting ready. This will open up another order here, so we got to cancel out if it runs it. Cancel out that open order. Market did not go down from pivot there. I expected it to come down right here after it went up. This is where I was expecting it to break, and that's what we were protecting, right in this area. Of course, it went up a little bit more. So is it going to go up here now? Is this the dip that we're going to get, and we're going for new highs? I don't know. Or is it going to be right here and then go down? Pause. So I should be up plus 17 right now. 9 plus 8. It says 3 trades, but I've only had 2. I got to debate about what that means, because it set me up with the 2, not me personally, but the market put in 2 for me. You can see I only had 1 up here, and what it did is it made it look like this with me just clicking once. So I clicked once. See if it does it again. Of course, now it's not going to repeat that. It's going to screw me. Screwed me when I got up there. And put me in it with 2. I swear it does it on purpose sometimes to fuck you. Because I don't think I'm doing this. I'm not hitting it twice, but it's almost like I'm doing that. Which I'm not hitting it twice. Alright, pause. Looks like a done deal. We're going under pivot. Don't know how far though. Alright, maybe the GAN signal will be stronger. 1, 2, 3, 4 coming up. Against the pivot. It didn't break down there, so it's got me a little on the concerned side. Pause. That was legitimately my third trade of the session right there. With the 2, the 1, and the 1 right there. Although it says 4, that was 3 at +5. Pausing. So what I could say about today is every down move has been contested. From the very first down move here, a little after 8, this was contested to here, this was contested to here, and now this one here is being contested. It's this one up to 51. Original entry point right in here. About 63. 51 would have been +12. The only way I would have been able to stay in that one would have been +10 and only take out a -8 on that first trade. That kind of screwed the pooch when I was in on 2 and had -16. There's much I can do about that. Needed to take some profit on this trade. I was hoping it would stop here and come down. We talked about that. We talked about the retracement that I wanted it to stop at right in here and then move on down, but the retracement was deeper. One, two, three, 4, and then coming back down here. I believe that a good down move would have just retraced right in here at the pivot point, and if it had any strength it would have went down to start with. I'm at 3 trades though, although it says 4, I'm on 3 separate trades because the first trade brought me in on 2, which was unfortunate when it made this new high. This barely made a new high here. It was unfortunate that happened, and then I was able to catch it because it wasn't a strong top here, and we didn't have any 1,000 volume bars, and it really didn't move hard. Well, I guess we had one. Kind of discounted that one. The first 1,000 volume bar that we've got in session now just came in the market right here. So what I can tell you is every down's been contested. On a Friday, after it made this top up here, I would be highly suspect. If it gets back all the way back up here now, then that'll be a really good move to the upside. So now that we're below pivot, just a move to pivot, I would say would be expected on a down move. So coming back towards pivot and then making up its mind. But it could do anything at that point. It could go up, it could settle in at pivot, or it could go down. I mean, it could do anything it wants to once it gets back to pivot. So us, from where we are right now, going all the way back to pivot, that's extremely doable right now. And then it makes up its mind which way it wants to go. So it could do any of the 3 things now. Personally, I'm at 3 trades, although it shows 4. The first trade over here brought me in on 2. So I counted that as 1 trade. And then I had the second one coming down, and we tried the third one at pivot, which, if we look here, where I was coming in was here, and where it broke down was the next time through it. So I missed it by 1. Ideally, if I could have stayed in this move altogether, I would have been short from up here, would have been able to stay in this retracement and still try to stay in this, looking for a 3P move, which 54.81. And we got to there, 54.81. So we got the 3P move right there. So it did go 3P from the top up here. Excuse me, the top up here. So it did move from the top. It did come down 87, 88 ticks. And that would have been where my target would have been for a Friday. So things a little bit out of my control was this, when I put my order in showing 2, and I didn't click it twice, it just showed it up as 2. And I've seen that happen do that to me an awful lot in the dome. And so, a lot of times I catch it, and other times I don't. And it's frustrating, as it puts me behind the 8 ball right off the bat if it doesn't move my favor. So instead of only being down -8, I was down -16, and that influenced where I was going to come out of the trade on this move, because I needed enough room for profit. And this one here moves up to here and then comes on down. And maybe that's the wrong way of looking at it, but at this point in time, where it was here, it could have easily ran up this way and made a new high. Who's to say at this point in time that that wasn't the bottom of the move? You just don't know. This could have been, and what we saw into this is it was doing this, right? And it comes back down into here, and it goes like this, and right at that point is where the market was, where we got out, and ends up doing this, coming back a little lower now, but at this point in time it could have done that. So that's what I was protecting against, this move. The only way I could have stayed, could have been a decent trade if I could have stayed in like plus 10 and only had a plus 2 if it would have taken me out on 2 trades. That's doable. And that would have left me with 1 left. Maybe it would have been a minus day, who knows. But I ended up plus 5 on 3 trades, and that first one bring me in on plus 2 and then going down minus 16. That kind of screwed everything up today. Alright, Dave Knight here from 123 Day Trade. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here for this particular video. See you on the next video put together. Bye for now.